What if the most powerful currency in history is quietly losing its grip? Not because of war, not because of Bitcoin, and not even because of gold, but because of silver. For decades, silver was ignored. It was mocked as boring and dismissed as outdated. And yet, today, silver is doing something shocking. In just 24 hours, it surged over 8%. In a single year, it gained more than 70%. And now, analysts are using words that were unthinkable just a few years ago. Structural shift, de-dollarization, end of dollar dominance. This isn't hype. This isn't social media noise. This is a global monetary warning. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why silver may become one of the most important assets of the next decade. To understand why the dollar is now under threat, we must first understand how it became king. After World War II, the world was broken. Europe was destroyed, Asia was rebuilding, and gold reserves were concentrated in the United States. This led to the Bretton Woods system, where the US dollar became the global reserve currency. Every major economy needed dollars. Oil was priced in dollars. International trade was settled in dollars. And for decades, this system worked. But there was a catch. The entire system relied on one single thing: trust. Trust that the US would manage its currency responsibly. That trust is now being tested. Since 2008, and especially after 2020, the US has printed money at an unprecedented scale. Trillions of dollars were created digitally. This wasn't from productivity. It wasn't from exports. It was created from debt. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Printing money does not create wealth. It only redistributes purchasing power. The more money that exists, the less each individual dollar is worth. This is why food costs more. Housing is unaffordable for so many, and your savings just feel meaningless. People don't always see inflation immediately, but they feel it every single day. For years, the idea of de-dollarization was labeled a conspiracy theory. Today, it's official policy. Countries around the world are now actively trading energy in their own local currencies, increasing their national gold and silver reserves, and strategically reducing their exposure to the US dollar. Why are they doing this? Because holding dollars means trusting US economic policy. And that trust is weakening. This doesn't mean the dollar is going to disappear overnight. It means its dominance is eroding. And when that happens, money flows into hard assets. This is where silver's story gets really interesting, because silver is widely misunderstood. Most people think silver is just cheap gold. That's completely wrong. Silver has two distinct identities that make it unique. First, silver has been real money for thousands of years. Empires rose and fell using silver coins as their currency. It has a long and proven history as a store of value. Second, and this is crucial, silver is an industrial powerhouse. Modern technology absolutely depends on it. Solar panels need silver. Electric vehicles need silver. Advanced medical equipment and even military technology all require silver. Unlike gold, which is mostly held in vaults, silver gets used up. It's consumed in industrial processes, and that makes it increasingly scarce. Now, here's the supply problem that almost no one talks about. The dangerous part is that most of the world's silver isn't mined directly. It's actually a byproduct of mining for other metals, like copper, zinc, and lead. So even if silver prices skyrocket, the supply can't just magically increase to meet the demand. We're facing a situation where demand is structurally rising, driven by both monetary and industrial needs, while the supply remains stagnant and difficult to expand. This creates incredible pressure in the market, and as any trader knows, that kind of pressure creates explosive breakouts. Let's just recap the numbers that shocked Wall Street. In a single 24-hour period, silver jumped over 8%. In 30 days, it was up 34%. Over 1 year, it gained more than 70%. Now, let's compare that to gold. Over the same periods, gold was up about 7% in 30 days and 36% in 1 year. Silver has been outperforming gold by nearly 2 to 1. That doesn't happen by accident. This is a signal that something fundamental is changing in the market. So, what are the experts and analysts really saying? Ramnivas Mundada from Global Lita called this phenomenon a deep structural shift in the international monetary system. He's not calling it a bubble. He's not calling it speculation. He's calling it a fundamental realignment of global finance. Current forecasts from major banks suggest gold could see gains of 8% to 15%, while silver is projected to rise anywhere from 20% to 35%. And many believe that's a conservative estimate. The Rich Dad, Poor Dad author, Robert Kiyosaki, believes the silver story is just getting started. His reasoning is simple. Silver is still dramatically undervalued compared to gold. The global monetary system is under extreme stress, and the mountain of global debt is completely unsustainable. He openly suggests that silver reaching $70 or even $200 is possible. Not guaranteed, of course, but entirely possible given the current economic climate. So when we compare gold versus silver, who really wins? It's not about one being better than the other. They serve different purposes. Gold protects wealth. It's the ultimate asset for stability and capital preservation. Silver, on the other hand, multiplies demand. It has the stability of a monetary metal combined with the explosive growth potential of a critical industrial commodity. It's volatility plus opportunity. Historically, silver tends to move after gold has already made its run. But when silver finally moves, it moves much faster and with greater force. Now, what about Bitcoin? Bitcoin changed finance forever. There's no doubt about that. But extreme volatility remains its greatest weakness, preventing it from being a truly stable store of value for the masses. Silver, on the other hand, doesn't need the internet. It doesn't need electricity. It doesn't need governments to approve it or regulate it. Silver just exists. It has a physical reality that can't be hacked or deleted. In a world of increasing complexity and digital risk, that simplicity is its greatest power. If you're still watching this video, you already understand something that most people don't. This isn't just about getting rich quick. It's about not getting poor slowly. Persistent inflation is a tax on savers. It punishes those who work hard and try to save for the future. Hard assets, like silver, protect your purchasing power, and knowledge protects your decisions. So, is the dollar really dead? No. Currencies don't die overnight, but all empires fade eventually. The US dollar isn't collapsing tomorrow, but it is aging. Its position as the undisputed king is being challenged from all sides. And as this shift happens, silver is responding. It's a silent metal. It doesn't shout. It doesn't trend on social media every day. It waits patiently in the background. But when financial systems begin to crack under pressure, silver speaks. The king dollar still stands, but its crown is definitely slipping. Thanks for watching. If you found this analysis valuable, hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives. Not whose type.